dang, okay, DB going to Indy. Natasha Howard going to Indy. Like, Indy about to be stacked. Like, Indy about to be looking good. I'm
Super
not
team?
going to lie. Like, Indy about to be a little scary. Like, we ain't scared, but they going to be a little scary
You scared.
for the people. Feel me? Scary. Like,
Super
we a
team.
little
Look at
Natasha
Natalie.
Howard going to Indy. Like, Indy about to be stacked. Like, Indy about to be looking good. I'm
Super
not
team?
going to lie.
Super team. Don't even acknowledge that. That's super. How is that a super team? They don't have your guys' so-called MVP, right? They don't got Asia. They don't have no Olympians. Once again, how is this a super team? To me, they're the number one team in the league. Why? And let me tell you why Courtney's scared. Let me tell you why she's saying others are going to be scared to play them. Indiana Fever are already getting teams out the way without DeWanna Bonner, without Natasha Howard, without Sophie Cunningham, without Sydney Colson. You know what I'm saying? The Indiana Fever were beating you all last year without those veterans or those leaders like that, or those whatever type of presence you want to. They bring a different type of presence on that court. They weren't a part of that team last year. But guess what? Everyone who pretty much played on that team is still on the team. Caitlin Clark was a starter. Kelsey Mitchell was a starter. Aaliyah Boston was a starter. Lexi Hall ended up being a starter. I mean, those four are pretty much the core. Nalissa Smith, we replaced you with Natasha Howard. You were pretty much the biggest piece that we had, I guess, lost. Everybody else, you guys were just coming off the bench pieces. But the main four, we already know. Lexi Hall, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston. Now you add another four main pieces. Natasha Howard, DeWanna Bonner, Sophie Cunningham, and Sydney Colson. And I guess you could talk about Brianna Turner, whatever the case is. And then obviously Dantas was kind of big too. We got all the pieces. And there still could be some things going on or the draft pick. So once again, the league is going to be terrified to play the Indiana Fever. And you got a brand new head coach who is a tremendous head coach in this league. So when you look at the Fever, how can you not look at this team and be like, oh my gosh, do we really have to play the Fever? Like, look at one more time. Look at this.
Like, Indy about to be going to Indy. Natasha Howard going to Indy. Like, Indy about to be stacked. Like, Indy about to be looking good.
Super
Like,
team?
Indy about to be looking good. Like,
Oh, wow. Like, Indy about to be a little scary. Like, we ain't scared.
little scary. Like, yeah, we ain't scared. You scared. Or you wouldn't have thought that. Like, we ain't scared. Okay. You scared. The fact that you have the point guard who led the league in assists, now you give her scores, like real scores around her. Plus, you have the number one, I guess, addition to her, which would be Kelsey Mitchell, her right hand man, whatever you want to call her. I mean, what can we say about this team? She's letting it be known this is a scary team to play. And the fact that it's even scarier is this: you got Caitlin Clark 2.0. You had a rookie Caitlin Clark. Now you have a Caitlin Clark 2.0. It is scary. And I'm scared for teams that have to play them. I truly, truly am. Like, the teams I see beating this team, hey, you're going to have to really play. And you're going to have to be, I'm talking about, you're going to have to be on point to beat this Indiana Fever team. Because any given night, any of them, it could be their night. So you're going to have to be on super point to beat this team. I'm telling you right now. So, look, that's really all I got. Natalie wants to push this super team narrative so bad. I've already seen it all over X. The Indiana Fever are not a super team. They're not. I mean, can they play with super teams? Yes, they can play with anybody in this league, but we're not going to name them a super team. And I love how she's already trying to push this narrative that Indiana's Fever is a super team so we can have some excuse when they win the championship. Oh, they're stacked and so what have the Aces been this whole time? What have the Lynx been? What have the Seattle Storm? What have the New York Liberty? What have they been? So now the Indiana Fever, the team that pretty much beat you guys without any of these pieces, now they get these pieces and now they're a super team. Nobody wanted to play in Indy. You know why they're scared? Because Indiana Fever were a team that they just went to bully on. Indiana Fever were supposed to be like the Pistons. Well, I can't even say the Pistons. They're putting belt to ass right now in the NBA. But they're supposed to be the Pistons, you know, how they used to play in the past 3-4 years. A team that you just go and put belt to booty. Nope. Now the Fever coming to put belt to booty on all teams in the league, period. Doesn't matter who you are. I'm telling you now. So, nah, we're not pushing that super team narrative. We're not. Indiana Fever already had them going strong without the pieces that they got. That was a shock. That threw me for a shock. I didn't know that was happening. Satu. We were talking about Satu. Nobody was talking about DeWanna Bonner. Nobody was talking about Natasha Howard. Nobody was talking about Sophie Cunningham or Sydney Colson. Nobody. So that's what I got. One more time. Let's play it one more time.
But they Howard going to Indy. Like, Indy about to be stacked. Like, Indy about to be looking good.
Super
I'm not
team?
gonna lie. Like, Indy about to be a little scary. Like, we ain't scared, but they gonna be a little scary for the people. Feel me?
I'm sure.